Hi, are you a person that's wondering what's going to happen with your job? I know that it's November-ish, October-ish, the end of the year-ish, and I call it downsizing season. And you may be concerned about your job being impacted through downsizing efforts. Well, if that's you, you're listening to the right live. I've been having this conversation and a lot of clients lately because of that thought. And so I want to share some tips with you as well. Hi, my name is Kimberly Benjamin. I am a Master HR Compliance Coach, and I'm here today to share with you what are some things you should be doing if you're wondering if your job will be impacted by downsizing, or what you should be doing to prepare for the new year. I know for me, this is the time of season that I know a lot of companies, a lot of HR professionals like myself, they're trying to decide on what positions that are going to stay with the company. They're looking at their budgets right now, trying to figure out, do they have enough funds, enough money to keep the people in the positions for the new year? I've actually had multiple clients recently say, Kimberly, you're right. We've been kind of hearing some whispering, some conversations. They may have even received emails stating that there's some budget cuts coming up. There are some jobs are about to be lost, some jobs are about to be downsized, and they're a little concerned about their job being impacted. And so I thought it'd be a great opportunity for me to come out here. Actually, this has been on my mind for a while. When I saw the trend of people contacting me and people being referred to me because of where they are right now in the company, and they've been hearing those murmurings. They've been hearing those complainings. They've been reading those memos. They've been in those staff meetings, those all-hand meetings. They probably know a friend. You may probably know a friend who will be impacted, or who knows, maybe you are the person that I'm talking to, and you know that you've been in some discussions, you kind of privy to some information, and you know there's going to be some changes happening soon. Well, I'm glad that you're here, because I want to share with you what you should do. For those of you that are going to be impacted by downsizing, those of you that are a little concerned, wondering, what do I need to do with this? And then just for those of you that may know somebody, you may have a friend or a family member that should be watching this. And by the way, before I forget, make sure that if you know somebody that can be, this could be a blessing too, feel free to hit that share button, so that that person can get that in their timeline tonight and know what they need to do to prepare. So again, my name is Kimberly Benjamin. I'm a Master HR Compliance Coach. I have over 28 years of experience in HR, licensed and certified in it, and I literally travel all over the world conducting compliance seminars, helping businesses and individuals like yourself understand HR, have questions that they can ask regarding some HR issues that maybe you've been a little afraid to ask at work, or ask somebody that you know, or even go to HR. And that's what I do. I'm the HR person for people like yourself. And so I'm going to start off first with my experience. I know what it's like being downsized. I know what it's like to lose a job, to work with a company that you really enjoy the job, and you don't want to leave. But so what you do, and what I've done, I stuck it out. And even though I heard about some cuts, heard about some changes, heard about some jobs being eliminated, you know, I'm a woman of faith. I said, nope, that's not going to happen to me. So I didn't focus on that. And actually, I talk about that in my seminars. I call that writings on the wall. Yeah, writings on the wall. And actually, I'll share that story with you right now. I think I'll do that now. So early in my career in HR, I worked for a large organization, a major organization here in the Metro Detroit area, an automotive company. And my mother had actually retired from that organization. So she worked on the plant floor for years, and she received, you know, she worked there and she retired. And so you could imagine how she felt when I had the opportunity to work at the headquarters for that automotive company, right? And so when I started working there, she was really happy for me. I was really happy. I made my mother proud. People call me Little Liz because I favor my mother a lot in a lot of different ways. So I was really glad to make her proud. And so one day, my supervisor had told me that she needed to meet with me. And so I said, okay, well, when do you want to meet? You know, I'll go ahead and prepare for our meeting. And she said, well, I want to meet with you at 4:45 p.m. Everybody say, oh no. Type in, oh no. Type in, oh no, if you're watching this. And in my mind, I went 4:45 p.m. in my mind. We don't have meetings at 1:45. At 4:45 p.m. And I was thinking, we don't have meetings this late, in the day. 4:45 p.m. And then on a Friday, everybody say Friday. Type in Friday. Type in Friday, y'all. Type in Friday. So I'm thinking, okay, we don't have meetings at 4:45 p.m. on a Friday, but my supervisor said that she wants to meet with me. So let me gather my items and go to this meeting and find out where she wants me to meet. So I asked her, I said, well, where do you like to meet? And she says, in the conference room. Yeah. And everybody say writings on the wall. Type in writings on the wall. Writings on the wall. Please type that in. That is the theme that I talk about whenever I speak, when I travel. Those writings on the wall. So I said, okay, well, let me gather my items. And I went to the conference room, and needless to say, before she came in, security came in. And I went, why is security here in this meeting with me and my supervisor? Everybody type in writings on the wall. Type it down below. There's a method to my madness. I need you to participate. Type in writings on the wall. So I'm sitting there, and then security comes in, and then my supervisor comes in, and then she proceeds to tell me that I was losing my job. They no longer needed me. This is my last day. I had to go to my cubicle area with security there, and had to put my information in there. Put my items in this box, and I had so much time before I could leave. So this is my story. This is my story. So I said, okay. But before I did that, when she told me that that was my last day, I drew a blank. I could not remember anything else she said until she told me to leave the room. But I remember sitting there in that conference room in my chair going, I remember reading those memos about budget cuts. Everybody type in writings on the wall. Type it down below right now. Writings on the wall. But I kind of ignored those memos that I've read. And then I remember when I was sitting there too, I was like, I remember hearing people talking about downsizing for this company by this time, but everybody type in writings on the wall. Writings on the wall. Type it down below. Yeah, I had writings on the wall moments. So as I shared with you, I got up, went to, and then the last thing, thank you, Lord. And then I remember going, my relationship with my supervisor wasn't bad, but it could have been better. It could have been better. Everybody type in writings on the wall. Writings on the wall. So while I was sitting in that conference room, I had my writings on the wall moments, but I realized I had ignored all that stuff prior to that time. So I gathered my items, went to my cubicle, security was there. I had so much time to put things in a box. And then I remember walking down in the headquarters with my box on this rolling cart on the phone, talking to my mother, saying, Mama, I just lost my job. She's like, for real? Baby, you just lost your job? I'm like, yeah, I just lost my job, Ma. I no longer work here. Now, I share that with you because I'm not sure how many of you have experienced that. And if you have experienced losing your job, go ahead and type in number 1, or yes, that's happened to me. Because I want people to know that's watching this that you're not alone. This happens to all of us. But how many of you would agree with me that no matter what we go through in life, we have these twists and turns in our life, right? In our career paths, right? No matter what we go through, sometimes things happen that we plan, sometimes things happen that we don't plan. But how many of you would agree with me by raising your hand, or by raising your hand by clicking the button with the hand raised, waving your hand, that it's going to be okay? No matter what happens in our journey, we're going to be okay. How many of you would agree with me that that's the case? We're going to be okay. And so that's my story, okay? And then fast forward, I had the opportunity to help coordinate downsizing efforts. I tell my clients all the time when I speak that I understand this downsizing thing full circle. being able to say, I've experienced this, being able to say, then I've had to coordinate this for an organization where we will be in a room and things will be all on the walls and we have to coordinate downsizing efforts and figure out who's going to be doing what and what supervisors have the script on what to say and what not to say, and making plans with taxi companies because people needed ride homes and stuff. Yeah, all of that crazy madness, all of that. I had the opportunity to coordinate all that stuff. And then on the consulting side, I had the opportunity to come in and literally work with my client. And they say, there's some downsizing efforts that are going to happen on this particular day. I need you to be there with the HR team, but I want you to let them know that there are some resources. Everybody type in resources. Type in the word resources. So if you can imagine me sitting in the same room with a person who is about to lose their job or just lost it, but I'm the person letting them know that there's some resources, there's some help for you. So I share all of that with you all to let you know that I get this. So when I tell you that I've experienced all of it, when I tell you that I've coordinated all of it, when I tell you that I provided support and help for people who needed it, when I tell you that I have helped people with their resumes and conducted seminars and workshops, when I tell you when I can see the writings on the wall, I want you to recognize the writings on the wall. Now, a couple things about myself. My favorite word is peace. The people that know me know that that's what I live by, peace. I love peace. That's my favorite word. I don't like confusion. And the reason for that, to be honest with you guys, I'll share this with you. I may not share it in a conference. Sometimes, it depends on who I'm speaking to. But I don't like confusion. You know why? Because I know God's not in it. But I don't like confusion. And then I don't like fear. And I don't like when people try to project fear on me. Because when they try to do that, I'm like, no, I'm not taking it. I'm not picking that up. That may be your world or your confession or what you believe, but that's not going to be my word, my confession of what I believe. So I share that with you to let you know when I tell you about this downsizing effort, and it happens like towards the end of the year, and there may be writings on the wall moments that you've seen or you're experiencing now. I am not trying to project fear on you. I'm not. I really want you to understand that. I want you to know that it's important that we look at these signs. It's important to know that we look at the information, know what's going on in the organization, being keen to it. I want you to know that it's important that you take the time to prepare. If you were to be downsized, what would be your next step? What would be your financial plan? Have you spoken to your family members to let them know what's happened so that you can work together as a team through this? Are you ready for a new opportunity? Meaning, do you have your resume ready? Do you need to get your resume ready so that when those opportunities come, you're ready for it? Because the last thing you want to do is to find out about a job, find out about an opportunity, and you're not ready. Meaning, your resume's not ready. Your mind is not ready for that change. You're still mad about what happened, etc. So it's important to be ready. And so those are the things that I want to share with you regarding this season. I hate saying it. The writing's on the wall. But I had to come out today because I have a lot of people coming to me right now. They've been hearing some stuff. They know about some stuff. And they want to be ready. And so a couple of things I want to share with you is, if that's you, or even if you're just ready for a change, you may be the person saying, Kimberly, I'm not really concerned about the downsizing piece, but even if it happened, I'll be okay because I really want to change. That may be you thinking that right now, saying I need a change. Well, one thing I will say, if you plan on changing industries or changing the different types of careers that you've had in the past, then you'll definitely need a different type of resume that highlights your skill set in those areas. And I can tell you one thing, chronological resumes really aren't the best function, they're the best style for someone who's trying to make a change or trying to make a career. And for some of you, it may be, Kimberly, okay, I've been working in corporate for a while. I'm kind of wanting to do my own thing. The Lord has given me an idea to do something with business or to start a nonprofit, etc. Then I want to encourage you to take the time to start thinking about that. This is the perfect time to start planning for next year And even though I'm saying planning for next year, if anything happened prior to that, then you're not blindsided. You've already been in preparation mode. Everybody type in prepare. I want you to be in preparation mode. Okay? So, and then the last thing, if some of you may say, well, Kimberly, I've been in this job, I really don't like it, and I really want to make sure that I'm operating in my purpose. I'm doing what the Lord has called me to do, but I don't know what that is. I wish I could tell you that I knew what that was. I wish I could tell you what career that is, what path that is, what lane that is, what job that is, what company they have that opportunity, and you don't know. Again, this is a perfect time to invest in yourself and to think about, okay, Lord, what do I need to do? What is my purpose? What are the skill sets that I have that are lined up perfectly with what you've called me to do? And even outside of that, the Lord may have you do something that you thought you weren't even ready for anyway, because you know it's Him. So I just want to encourage you that this is a perfect time to do something about it. And now going back to the writings on the wall. And some of you, when I've mentioned writings on the wall today, some things popped in your head. I can't list all of them. And more importantly, you know what they are. What are those writings on the walls that popped in your head? What have you had received in your spirit that change is happening, or things need to change? There's some things you need to really listen to and do for the end of the year, for the beginning of the year. Don't discard that. Don't discard that. I call that writings on the wall when I do the seminars, but I want you to be mindful of that. There may be some writings on the wall, some opportunities. You may have been given favor to know about information prior to other people. Isn't that something? So I'm not trying to project fear. I just want you to be prepared. And I want you to take an opportunity to say, okay, this new year, you know, my new goals, a new life. And no matter what path that you go through, remember my path has been kind of, you know, ups and downs and stuff. Whatever path you're on or you're going through or that you may go through, just know that you're going to be okay at the end of all of that change. So I want to just thank you all for joining in tonight. Again, if you know somebody who they're ready for a career change, they're ready for learning how to discover their purpose, they have heard some murmurings and know that this is an opportunity now for them to be prepared, or just flat out, maybe you are that person that you know change is happening and you want to be prepared for it. I want to encourage you to do so, and to do so in faith and not to be in fear, and take this time as an opportunity to develop yourself. And for those of you that you want to reach out to me, you know I offer courtesy resume evaluations. Feel free to submit your resume to me. I'll have my email in the link above and below, so you can reach out to me, and I'll tell you now. But send me your resume so I can look at it. That's so important. I want to make sure that your resume really does display who you are, your accomplishments, your goals, and then the conversation that you and I can have. I can work with you to find out, where do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to do next year? What focus do you want your resume to be on, your cover letter to be on? Or you just may need some help going through that whole process. We can have that discussion. So I'm so glad I came out here. I just want to make sure that you know that if that's you and you're realizing that you're in the season of change, or that may be happening soon, don't be in fear. Embrace it. Go before the Lord as to, what do I need to do? Do I need to focus on career, focus on family now, focus on my life now, focus on business now? Go before Him to find out what you need to do, and then step out on faith and do it. And if you need some help in that throughout that process, feel free to contact me as well. I have been really busy and excited. I just give you some experience about myself. There were some things that I don't even like to claim fear like I shared with you, but there's some journeys, some things that I'm going through that I was fearful of in the past. And it's so funny Because I've had multiple people come up to me and say, Kimberly, have you considered doing this? Have you considered doing that? And I would brush it aside and go, nope, I don't want to do that, for whatever my reasons were. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm doing it now, and I'm loving it. I was just thanking the Lord last week when I started meeting with people and interviewing people for opportunities that I have with a client. And I'm like, why did it take me so long to embrace change, to embrace this? I love it. So I want to encourage you that change is okay. Change is good. Change is good. And you'll be okay. Amen. You're blessed. So you all have a wonderful evening. Again, this is Kimberly Benjamin, your HR compliance coach. I did some washing my hair tonight, and I thought I would come out here before it dried up, so I can't stay too long because the whole look will change in a minute. But I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. Again, if you know somebody who may be going through a change or need to hear this or watch this video, hit the share button and feel free to reach out to me so you're able to get your courtesy resume evaluation. My email address is kbenjamin@hrstrategiesplus.com. Again, kbenjamin@hrstrategiesplus.com. Oh my goodness. I love the comments, everybody. I've been trying to stay focused on my story, but thank you for everyone that's joining. People are saying, yes, that's happened to me. The downsizing, the change has happened. And you know what? It's happened to a lot of us. And again, if that's happened to you, let's encourage one another. Mention, say that it's happened to you, because it happens to all of us, but it's all about what do we do with it? What have we learned from it? And identifying what we won't take to our new job, our new destination, and having the wisdom to not ignore the writings on the wall when you're privy to it. So you all be blessed, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye-bye, everyone.